Hey everybody, so today we got the tip off that the new 2020 XDS RR has arrived. That was part of this deal with the XMR coming involved. So it came in a little sooner than we planned, which is a good thing because I'd love to get my hands on it right away. So our 18 XRS here, what we're going to be doing is removing a whole bunch of the aftermarket stuff and carrying it over to the XDS because quite a bit of it actually jumps over there. So going to be taking out the S&B filter and the stereo system, you know, and what else back there? The whip mount, try to take off some bumpers or whatever. We'll see what we can, and what's not worth it we'll leave on. Front bumper system on the winch will rip out, and the LED light. So we'll keep the windshield in that. I've got the original bumper up there, and all the rest of the regular air filter system to pop back on there. And then from that point, we're stuck with the option, and we have the chance to take off all these plastic panels and swap them with the new one. But I love the new color scheme on the new XDS with the that dark gray and mantic green. It's a pretty wicked setup. So as much as I love these graphics, maybe it's time for something fresh and new, but I also love these. So I'm gonna start dismantling for now the aftermarket stuff first, and once we get down to the plastics and the graphics, we'll see what that's gonna entail to get things done that way. If not, we got some extra graphics there to cover up without my name on it. And the new buyer has a pretty wicked protected machine. So we'll get started. Gonna clear out some room, get the XRS kind of brought out over here out in the middle, start deassembling. Okay, so just a little update on the progress. Get the visors off, the windshield, get the roof off, side mirrors. Where else? And we're getting to this here. Get to the front speakers. We're starting on the stereo now. We got back here. We took off the whip mount, and now we're just getting this speaker loosened off. We had to do that to get the whip mount wire off. We've ported them down the back, down into here. So what we're gonna do now is we took this little side piece off. So what I'm doing is I'm putting certain little parts in a little baggie or something with screws. So we come back and I got all the screws for everything, and certain small parts, you know, we're putting in there. And then little things like this. So just because there's so many screws that are gonna happen here. So I'm just kind of feeding them back in a little bit so they're ready for when we get back to them. And we're not looking all over the place and dropping them everywhere. So I'm just going to follow these lines now and more or less see where the routing of those go down to. Well, so right now we're just tracing the wires back up, the speakers. You just go up there, just cutting a few zap straps. Everything else is just stock wiring. It's pretty simple setup. So we're just gonna get this speaker wire back to where it meets the other guys, and it's probably gonna go up inside there. So we'll find out where that is, and then we'll get up front to the head unit and go from there. go. Off the top there. It's a tight fit, so basically you got this guy really gets super tight on here. So a little bit of dust around there, nothing too special, but yeah. So I did unplug this for a little bit for a couple of rides, just to see the difference without the noise of it running, and so probably started sucking in from around there too. But basically, S&B filter here has all the mini turbines and pushes the air down here, spits out pretty much everything out the back end there. So this guy basically clamps around here, so there's really next to zero that goes down there. Like, you're lucky if you ever get film. Get some leaves and stuff and junk around the outside, but other than that, pretty darn clean. We're gonna take this off, take all this off, and then we can get to the wiring as well. Probably gonna do all the wiring, because all the wiring goes down in the middle and through the console tunnel up there. So, well, some stuff just stops back there by the batteries and all that stuff, but everything going forward goes up through the tunnel there, and then we'll put the original plastics all back on here, get this back to stock. Pretty soon this will be almost exactly as bought new, other than maybe a couple accessories we won't get off, and graphics are still up in the air, so we'll see how much that entails too, to get all that off. They do say on the website it's easier with two people for putting this guy on, and I 100% agree. But we don't have that tonight, so clumsy stuff instead will happen. Take the brackets off, put all the screws back in so we know where they all go when we get back. All right, and there's the original we pulled off when we first bought the machine, got the S&B going, so it's back to stock. These plates, these aluminum plates on the back. I have one on the front too, made by Can-Am, or sold by Can-Am. I'm not sure if they make them themselves, but yeah, they're kind of neat. They look all right and stuff. But what I found, anywhere you go that's where you're flicking stuff up and it's getting pretty rocky, these suckers, when stuff hits them, holy smokes, does it ever just ricochet noise while you're driving like crazy. So I'm not even sure if I'll put them back on the other one, because the XDS now comes with the tow hook, which would be nice to use, but I might just transfer the bumper only and leave it like that. I know it looks kind of neat when it's up there, you know, but for the amount of noise, honestly, it makes, you could just hear it. Like anything that just hits, it's just boom, you know, and you're driving, you're hearing these rocks hitting, and it's honestly pretty ringing for the ears. So I don't know if I suggest them, to be honest. Back bumper's pretty easy. Just gotta get these couple guys here. The back. Ties in through the frame right here. Couple of bolts in the back. Just back off. There we go. Not so bad. So we'll move this over here. Side, if you look down here, see the wheel sticks out quite a fair bit at the front still, so that flare will be okay in there. If you look down the back though, the back tire's pretty much tucked right in, so to put these big guys on the back, they'll overhang quite a bit. And I know functionality is one thing and looks is another thing, but I don't really like the look of that flaring way out at the back side like that. So see what the fronts look like here. Gonna just hold them up to it. Okay, so I just gave that front fender flare there just a little bit of a quick clean, just so it doesn't look so ancient sitting on, you know, that new look with the old look doesn't look so great. So I mean, looking at it, if I'm just using the one and not using the back with it, I mean, it still looks okay. To a point. I mean, I believe functionality is going to be great, because once you get your full half doors on, I mean, look at how much more, you know, and it doesn't stick out past the tires. That's the other thing too. So we're not being clipping a whole lot of stuff sitting there. The tires are still just a hair further out, so shouldn't be catching them once they're all tightened on. But the backs, I mean, yeah, if I put the backs out, if you look at them, they're quite a bit bigger, and yeah, it'll help the flex stuff, yeah, I know, but you're gonna have that a look of something coming out like kind of bat wings way over. At this point, you're really not getting much tire down there anyway. So for those of you wondering about my Razor shirt here, this is a local guy, Concept Distributing, does all the roll cages for Polaris's and whatever else you want done to, a lot of other accessories and different builds, etc. So I wear that because I like to promote and support local talent, of course. But looks like on the big stage he's doing very well. You want anything custom build like that, or to watch them, look up Al Macbeth or Facebook or Concept Distributing. See some pretty crazy stuff there. Probably more fun than one. So the lower doors just come off with the three bolts. Everything's pretty easy as far as that stuff goes. So off they go. And we're gonna get them sent over to here, where they'll probably match absolutely nothing anymore. But who knows? Maybe they'll look neat. We'll find out. All right, so got the kickers off. Went pretty easy. Just 3 bolts from the other side. They're all 9/16, I believe, and that was pretty easy. One's underneath, but they do make a slot down below to get at it there. If you can see, it's up underneath there. But I have to wholesale these out on the other one. They do already have the marking spots where to drill, which is nice for these 3 to put them back in. So what I did is just to remove the seat, prop it up here for a bit so I can get at the electrical, because I'm going to pull my S&B filter and my 2 speaker wires come down. Speaker wires will probably travel up past here. So this plate on each side just pops off and then up, then comes out, and that's what exposes you to a pretty massive pile of wiring in your battery. So seats come out, I don't know, mine around the spacers, nut on each one. Let's use the impact on that real quick, and then just nut and bolt here and nut and bolt here as well. That just pulled all that off. So just got the seat propped up for now. Now, what I want to figure out and find is I do have one switch here for my LED light bar up front. So I'll follow that back, trace that out and pull it out. And my whip as well as the S&B power source. So those two will have to be found and pulled out of here. So looks like fun. I know. Don't be jealous. Alright, so we just finished ripping off everything here. I'm gonna leave the bumper on. It's only a few $100. I'm gonna get the boys at GVP to pull the windshield for me. We'll leave the bumper. Took the LED light off already. They just know the wiring and where everything went. So the stereo is pretty much ready to be pulled out. We've got the side panels off there, and just they know where they wired it all. Be easier for them to rip it out. Other than that, everything that was on this is now off, so it's pretty much ready to go for sale. So be dropped off momentarily. Other than that, we'll do a video on the other stuff going back on the XDS soon. So, well, either way, I'd be sad to see the old Mortorius X3 go, but who knows, we'll be back with the earlier model with the 18. Now we got the smart lock with this huge, and then we got that horsepower, and like I say, a little bit quieter. So hope you guys enjoy the different videos. We got lots more to come, all kinds of different stuff, and please subscribe and like. It's gonna be huge for getting us to the next stage. Thanks guys, later.